Hello everyone, I am hoping that everything is working. If not, dude, please tell me. But hi everyone, good to see all of you. I have seen a lot of folks here doing some absolutely silly stuff in chat. Hello Flutes, well done on you getting first even before my bot could turn on or turn off emote only mode. Stom, well done on you getting second. Flutes, you faced a tree mimic and won. Games, was third. Well done. We have a Sarah sadly failing to defeat a centaur. I managed to defeat an Aquavern. Thumb managing to defeat a pack of kobolds. Alvaron's managing to defeat a banshee. Gamesy managing to defeat a lost human by apparently finding it. Ray defeated a dryad. Congratulations. And let's see, do we have anything else happening? We have a lot of He-Who in chat. Sun defeating a pixie. Well done. Also, hello everyone here. We have Flutes, Stom, Danny, Alvarez, Gamesy. We have Thunberry. We have the Plague. Hello everyone. Also, a happy, I hope a happy Trans Day of Visibility to everyone. I know that there were some activities here in the city. I wasn't able to attend because I have a stream here, but I hope everyone is having a good time. Also, apparently April Fool's is tomorrow. Don't believe anything you see in anywhere for tomorrow because people are weird. Ray was perceived on the Trans Day of Visibility. That is fair. You get negatives on stealth check there. Anyway, I think I should talk to everyone and see how everyone is doing. And I believe we have that right over here. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Hello. I believe I have set up my automation properly that I am now audible to you all, and you are now audible to everyone in chat.
Yay.
Chat, can you hear us? Chat, type faster.
Type faster, chat. Yeah.
Okay.
Beat that lag. But we have a lovely program for us today. With instead of Game Master Articulate T, we have Storyteller Alvarez, as we made our characters last time. And now we have a game of Deviant, the Renegades. That's it.
Yeah.
So let me.
I like this one.
Good. Turn off the music here, so we are all ready.
Given how much you've seen of Max, you can probably understand that I like playing a game where everyone is a fucked up experiment.
Yep.
There we go.
Speaking of fucked up experiment, I should get my character sheet.
Perhaps. I thought you were going to say something about Goodbot.
Oh, yes. Good boaty, apparently.
Okay. Is everybody ready? Oh, quick pre-warning. They decided to do construction outside my apartment today. So while I'm speaking, there may be background noise.
Also, your cat decided to become delicious.
Oh,
Yes,
yes!
Baloo decided to find his way into some barbecue sauce.
Yep.
And for his punishment, he must be bathed.
Okay. Let me refresh that. I will exit that because that's not live.
Alfred's
Are we
a little too
all-
loud. Okay. That's on my end. Mm. You're at 100%. Okay, let me just drop you down a bit.
Very fair. Very fair. Pop that out, actually. Move that over here. Alright. Is everybody else ready? Because I think I'm ready. I don't know.
Switch my image.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Perspective. There we go. Ready.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I am Alvarance. I will be running the game today. It's a Deviant the Renegades game with the Hyrule Chronicles crew.
That's us.
There's
Yeah.
us. Right, yeah. We are in here.
I'm on TV.
I will start by saying that there's some content warnings, so listener discretion is advised. Implication of human experimentation, fire, ghosts, ghostly and demonic possession, dysregulated eating, violence, confinement, abuse, gore, and drugged against one's will. But that being said, as we get into this Deviant the Renegades game, to describe the scene before you, tucked away in a nondescript part of a mountain range sits a building carved into one of the mountains near the top. It is surrounded by dense forest, leaving the only ways to get to it by foot or by air. It's cool, just sigh of cold in the facility, mostly from the stone floor and the walls that seem to populate the place. The strongest smells would be that of other people, as the place is well maintained with only the sounds of the steps of patrolling guards. It's hard to tell how long you've been here, with meals at varying times, lights on at odd hours, and patrols constantly shifting. Some of you may even have been drugged. Has it been days, weeks, months? Hard to say, but you all know it's been a long time. So could we get started with everyone rolling for me a d10?
A dice.
A dice.
10.
Well, oh, 2 for me.
Okay. Artie, would you kindly describe your character for us and what he may be doing in his cell?
Peter Sampson, brother Peter Sampson, is a slightly below average height young man. He has fairly pale skin and long, unkempt black hair. His face is drawn in slightly. Peter sits in his room on his bed and just stares at the wall for the most part. It's been a while since he's talked to another person. The only thing that he has seen or had in terms of communication with the outside of these 4 walls would be small notes, occasionally slipped under the door, signed by someone named GL. He's in that weird position where he thinks he's gotten used to the isolation, though it's wearing on him a bit. He's getting tired of his own thoughts. So he just stares at the wall and waits patiently, as one would expect of one of God's flock.
You hear a voice that you may have become accustomed to in your time since your breaking. And it tends to speak up just to complain, which would be, God, it's so boring in here, Peter. How can you stand it?
One has to wait. I'm sure that there's a reason for this. I hope there's a reason for this, but we can't just... Maybe they are trying to help us in this weird way. I don't know, but we have to be patient.
Patience is, alas, a virtue I do not possess, but I'll take your word for it, at least for now. Though our first chance to get out of here, we should take it.
We'll see.
And the camera pans out of the cell into the hallway, over and across as we go to Robo-Pirate. Would you kindly describe your character and what she's doing in her cell?
Anna is a tall woman with fairly long blonde hair that glows with an internal fire. Her skin is crimson, and fire seems to flicker within her eyes and lips. Currently, she is in her cell, dancing some form of two-person dance with a humanoid figure made entirely of flames.
Okay. Let me just verify something real quick. Alright.
I think she can do that.
Yeah. As long as you're careful about it, because they do have the sprinkler system that you may have found out once or twice on, specifically in your cell, just to keep things a little more controlled. But from Anna, we cross over to the opposite side of the hallway to Jordan. Danny, would you kindly describe your character?
Jordan is a 19-year-old guy. About 5'8", bit of a twank. Long dark hair that's usually in front of his face and greyish eyes. He's probably at this point just sitting in the corner of his cell. One eye on the door, but he doesn't seem to be really focusing on it. He's more remembering the attack that felt like it happened yesterday or years ago, considering how long it feels like he's been here. They look malnourished and tired. Like they can't quite get enough sleep.
You also, just to kind of keep things on there, feel the effects of coming down. You know that somebody will be in soon, if not. What's the word I'm looking for? If not immediately. But lastly, we go over to the last of the cells, where we will meet. I have his full name. James, quote, Jax, end quote, Moore. Nether, would you kindly describe Jax and what he's doing in his cell?
I will kindly do so. Jax never really goes by James. He's in his cell. And he is probably the one person here that is restrained the most. For one, he's got a face guard that makes it Yeah, that would make it impossible for him to eat, which, if he kind of opens his mouth, you can see these almost serrated teeth that he has. He's outside of that, pretty much the standard Dorito-shaped image that you have of a American football quarterback. Short, blonde hair, blue grayish eyes, very muscly build. And aside from the face mask or face guard that he's wearing, he also wears a arm or wrist cuff that is connected with a metal core to somewhere outside of the room, kind of like built within the floor of the room as a grounding cable, because he hasn't been eating, well, it feels like forever, but probably since half an hour or something. And that is causing some electrical buildup somehow.
Yes. So electrical buildup. I'm just gonna take a look at your stuff. Is tied to that. Where's... Okay. As your power begins to build and build, you're not entirely sure if it's from neglect or someone was lax in what they would sit there and do. Because usually they're very good at keeping you mellow, I guess would probably be the term that I'm looking for here. But, does Jax try to control the power as it builds up?
I think the grounding cable that he has around his wrist is meant to make it safe for others to interact with him. And sometimes when it gets really uncomfortable, because he can feel those static charges build kind of under his skin, he would... I actually think it would be flavor, or it would be in the sense that if he were to use his lash, it would ground itself into the floor, wearing this.
Okay. And then, in that case, as the silence begins to drag on, with the exception of muffled footfalls through the doors, I will just drag and drop. Yay, they did that, yay. Just put a guard outside all of the doors.
Agent Smith?
Yes. And one going through and doing base patrols. What happens is, for some reason or another, all of you hear the loud unlocking sound of heavy doors coming from your door. You're not entirely sure why. And the individuals ahead of you seem a bit perplexed. One of them shouts out, keep your posts. I'm gonna go see if I can find out what's going on. And maybe get help. And you hear the footfalls of somebody leaving. Going over to what would be the southeastern door. But the doors are unlocked for a change. What would you guys like to do?
First thing Jordan does is look up and to the left and says, "Is that you?" And gets no response.
I think Peter would stare at the door and kind of wonder what the implication might be before slowly rising from the bed. He'll kind of quietly pad over. It's likely that his room has been properly soundproofed, even with the door unlocked. I have doubts that any sound from his room would go out, but he will just say, excuse me, everything okay out there?
Yeah, I'm good. Just need some food. I'm starving. Wait, who are you? That's a new voice.
You can... Hi,
Hey!
Peter,
No,
that's my
I'm
name.
Jax.
Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Okay. This is exciting. I haven't spoken to anybody in like a month. Are you one of the guards here?
No? Are you?
No.
No, that makes sense. Man, a month, huh?
It feels like, yeah, I don't know. Time's weird, sir.
Do you know any, like, game results from, like, the last year?
A game? What
Football.
kind of game?
As you guys kind of go on,
Mm-hmm.
the guards are trying to sit there and make it so it's harder to hear through the doors, especially through Peter's, before trying to get you to remain quiet.
I'm sorry, man. I like some food, if possible.
Come on, Peter, they're right there. The doors are unlocked. You know that there's someone else there. Just let it go. Come on.
Well, Peter will kind of like turn his attention to if the guards outside are responding to us. Peter will turn attention to the guard that's speaking to him and say, "I'm sorry. It's just things are like I don't mean to. Could we just like I don't know like stretch our legs? Maybe it's been a long time, and I'm just still really confused as to what's going on out here."
Go ahead and see if you can get this guard's to see if this is a sympathetic guard. Go ahead and roll for me we're gonna call it presence persuasion. So you'll click
Okay.
presence, and then you'll click persuasion, and then you'll click the dice at the top.
Got it. One success.
He kind of inhales. He doesn't say anything to you because he's got strict orders not to, but he kind of nods. He just kind of keeps an eye on you through the cracked door for a moment. You hear the voice in your head again. He's right there. His guard's lowered. Come on, Peter. We know that there's other people here.
I know, but I don't want to. I mean, we're just like, maybe they'll let us out. You know, like he's saying this out loud as well. His half of the conversation out loud. guys. Maybe they are here to help. I don't know. Like he'll kind of like move slightly closer to the crack in the door as he's looking to this guy. He's like, "Hi, sir. Maybe you can, at least answer some questions. Where are we? What are we? What's the? I wasn't really given much of an initiation thing to this. I guess it's. I'm sorry to be a bother.
Take a look at your stuff again, just real quick. Okay. Scars, persistent. It's not persistent. Oh, yes, it is. It's right there. I can read it now. Magnitude 2, once per chapter. Okay. So, I have to ask, as Peter's speaking, are you planning, like, you feel Raziel, as diplomacy seems to fail a little bit on his end.
Yeah.
Try to take control for the moment. Do you resist?
I think Peter would try, but I don't know how well he would do.
Okay. Because you have the symbiote form. And this is going against Raziel's long-term aspiration. I'm going to say, roll for me a scar resistance roll with a dice modifier of -1.
Okay. So, is that just clicking on the red dice next to the appropriate scar?
Yep.
Cool.
And then when the dice modifier box pops up, just -1.
Only one success.
Oh, but this one's success is a success. You feel the wrestling going on between them, between the two of you. But at least at this moment, you're in control. Anna, Jordan, what are you guys up to while you can hear the voices echoing down the hall?
I think Anna would slowly creep the door open. Is the guard facing the door or away from the door?
The guard is facing away from the door.
Just reach out and tap him on the shoulder. Say, hello there. Would you like to dance? It's been so long since I've had a real partner.
He kind of turns around, looks at you a bit confused. No, I don't believe I would. What are your scars again?
Hallucinations and conspicuous appearance.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You got a bunch of other things. Okay. Let's return. Ah. Okay. But yeah. Do you have control of your token, by the way?
Yes.
Excellent. I just wanted to make sure that people had control of their token.
Oh, one moment. I do not.
Yeah. Okay, so drag and drop jacks into that. Yep. There you go.
I do not have the power of multiplication.
You do not.
Yet.
But the guard says, no, please stay in your cell, and we'll try to close the door. Or to at least get it to where it's cracked again. Is there anything?
No, she will stand in the doorway and say, oh, but if you dance with me, what's it say? I'll be well behaved, and is that not what you desire?
Through the sunglasses, there's a squint. You're going to say something, Jordan?
While hearing all these various conversations going on, Jordan's gonna Not stand up yet, but kind of awkwardly shuffle towards the door and examine it to see if there's any sign of it being, like, has it been tampered with, or is it just broken, or has it been deliberately opened? Can I try and figure that out?
Yeah, go ahead and make for me, as we're sitting here doing that, are you trying to do this quickly, or are you trying to just take your time with it?
I would like information before the doors are locked again.
Okay, wits investigation, please, with all of your bonuses.
Okay. I think it's... I don't get that. Yeah, nothing gives me a direct bonus to the roll. I just get extra stuff if I get successes. 2 successes. And
Okay.
investigative prodigy. I can discover clues equal to my successes or merit dots, whichever is lower. And I have 3 dots, so...
You get 2 extra clues, or 2 clues. Okay. So, the first one is that the locks do not seem to be tampered with. Kind of sitting there and getting a long look at them. They seem to be remote controlled type of thing. So, it's kind of like somebody at a control tower will be able to um,
So the
hit the button probably.
investigative prodigy text.
Yes. Okay, can benefit from additional elements. So these are, to kind of put it there, electronic locks of a sort, and it looks like that they were released, not broken or on the fritz. It doesn't look like it's against the natural order of what a lock is supposed to be at this particular moment.
Okay.
There's another clue, because that would be the first one with the additional elements.
Could be something about the god.
The guard that's there is kind of trying to make sure that his buddy isn't going to get tempted by the fiery lady into dancing. So he seems pretty well distracted at this particular moment in time.
Okay.
So yeah.
Can I see anything like a key card on this guy?
Yes. It's kind of hanging off his hip on a pull string type of thing. So
I don't have larceny, so I wouldn't be very good at stealing it.
specialized in objection. What's your dexterity? You could try dexterity, larceny, anyway. Roll 2 dice, see what happens. Just need one of them to succeed.
Well,
2 dice, 2 dice.
if it fails, then I guess my friend is gonna get mad.
Mm-hmm.
Any bonuses from distraction?
Yeah, I'll say that there's a 1 dice bonus to kind of it'll automatically, yeah, so dice modifier of 1.
No.
Okay.
Womp womp.
So you begin reaching for the key card. can't figure out how to turn this into a dramatic failure off the top of the head. So you begin reaching for the key card. Going for the hip. And
If he just like happens to move away because he's like stepping closer to try and stop Anna.
Takes a step. Yeah, he takes a step closer. He's going to make a wits composure check, which is a decent pool for him. See if he notices you reaching. But he fails.
Yeah, everyone fail.
Hell
So
yeah.
he will,
Distracting everyone.
so he will approach it. So you have more room to move or to attempt to sneak somewhere if you want to.
I'm gonna look outside to get a better idea of like what's going on.
Yeah. So as you take a proper look outside, you kind of see just about everything that's there. You see the other two guards in the hallway, down the hall, in front of doors. You probably hear Peter definitely talking to himself, and Jax. You've heard Jax. You can kind of guess which one's which. From the sound, from the direction of their voices.
Okay. Go back to other people.
Okay. So, yeah. Anna, they don't seem like they're going to dance with you. Is there anything that you'd like to do in response to that? As this other guard begins to approach.
What would it be to, I guess, try and either jump over or push past them?
Strength athletics to push past them. Dexterity athletics, I would say, to kind of jump or dodge around them.
I'll go with dexterity athletics. How does this work? Do I
Okay.
just press that? And that? That does work that way. And no modifiers, I assume.
No, not in this case. Not unless you have a specialization that applies.
Balance?
Yeah, if you're using dexterity in this case, I'll allow balance to work.
What do I do then? Do I add one die? Do I add one
One
to the
dice.
modifier?
Yep,
Okay.
1 to the modifier.
4 successes.
Almost an exceptional success. With 4 successes, taking a look, even if it was meet their defense, which you did, you are able to get past them.
I'm going to say Anna taking advantage of also the. I have magnitude 1 flight, which technically just means I prevent full damage, but in this case, I'd say it makes her kind of fluttery in her movements as she just says, "Well, if you won't dance with me, then I'll force you to." And she will just jump, kick off the door, and kind of fly over them, landing here.
Yeah, you're also fast as fuck.
Yes.
Peter and Jax, you see the guards at your doors, if you're able to sit there and take a look at them, kind of turn, reaching at their hip. And Jordan, you also see these two there reaching for the devices at their hip going forward. I would like people to roll initiative for me. Let me see if I can get the initiative tracker to work. Where is it? How do? I don't remember.
It should just be along the left. There's one of the options. You click it and it pops out an initiative thing.
Nice. Turn order. There we go.
There we go.
Impressive.
Where's the initiative? Wait.
It's the button at the very top of the top right. Yep. And then I will
29.
put initiative.
Yeah.
Yeah, initiative is calculated differently than other pools. 9 as well.
Scar
So-
power was... God, I can't even remember. Feels
Okay.
right.
So, Jax, what would you like to do, if anything? You see that the guard's attention is definitely more towards the western end of the hallway.
Okay. I would like to try and get free.
Okay.
Because I think I would need to have both of my hands free to really manipulate my my face guard and try to get that off. But I need to have my face guard off to access most of my powers.
Okay. Make me a strength and athletics check to
Strength
break the
athletics.
branding wire.
Okay. Strength athletics. I am so glad that I built this as a athlete. And that is I have no modifiers on this, I think. 0 successes.
The I'm not entirely sure if it's due to it building up or frustration in regards to it, but your powers begin to kind of course through into it even more so as it kind of pops up on there. But unfortunately, you are unable to break free at this particular moment in time.
Okay.
Jordan.
Well, Jordan doesn't like these people.
No.
Jordan wants to get the fuck out. So I'm gonna focus as much of my attention as I can on leftmost guy
Okay.
and beg my spirit to hit him with lash.
All right. Yeah. Go for it.
So I roll the lash.
Yeah, because that's persistent, right? Yeah, it should be.
It is deadly, forceful, and quick.
Okay.
Deadly as lash has a damage rating no greater than the lower of Scar power or magnitude and has an equal initiative penalty, whatever that means. Forceful means it can knock people down, and quick means it can be activated as a reflexive action.
All right. So you can just activate it and then throw it out there. Easy enough.
2 successes.
2 successes.
Its magnitude is 2.
Its magnitude is 2, so that would be 4 if I have my attacking, melee attacks, ranged attacks. If an attack succeeds, each success deals 1 point of damage. Add the weapon's damage modifier to the total number of successes determined. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and put that on there for these guys then. Because these guys were not anticipating or were distracted by Anna, so we'll go ahead and put that on there. You said that they have 2. You said that it was deadly. What kind of damage does it do? Is it just bashing or?
The equivalent of force damage, I guess.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. That's 2 of them. Yes. Here's an important question in regards to it, because all these guys are acting together. Are you using lethal force?
The spirit is.
Okay.
Because the spirit is like, these people have hurt my bound person.
Okay.
I
So
do
the
not like them.
So the person on the left is gone. Or at least is knocked to the floor, whether you can't really tell if the lethality worked in regards to that. Anna, it is your turn. Oh wait, no, you can move if you'd like.
I'm gonna be like hiding behind the wall in my cell.
Okay. Now, Anna.
Anna will see this person who's just did they get punched, kicked by a invisible ghost or visible ghost?
They just suddenly get knocked over really hard.
He will jump in surprise, putting her hands to her face, and will just kind of jump backwards and shock, like, oh dear. And we'll also look around at the three of them all reaching for something, and I will take the dodge action.
Okay. I know. Range, defending. Got it. That's how you put
197.
that on. Yeah, I have a quick reference thing on there. Can choose dodge using their action for the turn. 2 times. Okay. Alrighty then. The individual who was guarding your door moved over to Anna's, takes a look behind him, notices that you're still in your cell, at least for the moment, thinks that he'll deal with that later, and they will all move to attack Anna with what seems to be a taser. So let me pull up their thing. What is your defense? Because this is how this is supposed to work.
Okay, so I've got armor 1/3 and defense 7 as a base.
Defense 7. Okay. Modifiers -7. 0 successes, so they miss completely. As the wires from all of them move forward. Actually, I messed that up. /r space 3d10. Yeah, 0 successes. Okay.
I think Anna will wag a finger at this one, saying, "That is not how you dance."
He kind of begins reaching for something on his shoulder that you can recognize as a communication device. But Peter, 'tis your turn.
Would Raziel like to, in this high-stress situation, take another stab at taking control?
That is entirely up to you. I've already tried it once.
Alright.
That is up to Artie.
You know what? I think for the sake of it, I will say, while in context, Peter will do his best to try and resist it. Raziel will succeed through the combination of combat.
Takes you by surprise.
So in the so after blinking once or twice, the man who looks like Peter will stand a little straighter, look out the door, still like peering through the crack in the door, and will say, "Excuse me," and if he has the fellow's attention, will say, "Perhaps we would like to talk," and he will use his lash.
Okay, their defense is 4, so it'd be dice modifier -4. Is how that's supposed to work.
This has insidious resolve.
So the resolve is 2, so it'll be -2, not -4.
Got it. Okay, and I think everything else only happens if it hits. So we'll see. 3 successes.
That is indeed a hit, with 3 extra successes to do damage on top of that.
Okay. So it has the tags, because there are a lot of things that went into this one. It has the tags in immolating, channel, obscuring, and deafening.
Okay. Channel. So would you like to channel?
I think is linked to creeping dread, I think.
Okay. You can choose to channel Creeping Dread. You don't have to channel it at any time in regards to it.
I think Raziel will want to go all out in this one as best he can.
Alrighty. You said that was...
This is the first time he's gotten to talk to people in a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said that was immolating,
Yep.
insidious. What were the other ones?
Obscuring and deafening.
Obscuring. So okay. Oh yeah, no, this guy is really fucked up. Because yeah, you can do 3. What type of damage does it do? Is actually very important.
Uh,
Is it bruising, cutting, or gentle?
it's gentle.
Okay, so it does no damage. But he is on fire.
It's he's on fire.
Non-lethal
and-
fire.
Creeping Dread, I believe, activates. I don't think you have to roll Scar Finesse on this one. I'm not entirely sure, but because it's channeled. So what does Creeping Dread do?
The demon determines an object of the victim's fear in the current scene, which they must be able to perceive. Well, I've made him blind and deaf.
I think you can proceed. He's aware that you're there.
Yeah.
And you just did that to him, so I'd be pretty scared.
Yeah. Also, a person, the place, or a discrete inanimate object. Victims cannot approach this frightening object except by succeeding on a resolve plus composure roll. If a victim confronts his fear willingly or not, he suffers a -2 penalty to all actions. This fear lasts until the end of the scene. Whenever the victim comes into contact with the source of the fear, he suffers the frightened condition. In action scenes, if they can't escape the source, he suffers the insensate tilt.
Interesting. Okay. Civilized, insensate. Okay. So there we go. But yeah, he is currently on fire. We will deal with that when it comes to their turn. Jax, would you like to try to break out again?
Yeah.
Right.
I'm going to try that again. Just in case. It might work now. 4 successes!
Hell yeah.
Oh. So you were able to kind of pull your arm up, so you still have a length of the grounding wire to you, but you are able to move your arm freely.
Good. So I'm not officially grounded any longer.
Correct.
That is fair. With my arms now free, could I try and see if I could remove the face guard?
I'll allow that to be a reflexive action. If you could roll for me a dexterity. I want to call it larceny, because that is...
Well,
to
that's
do it
going to be
quickly.
interesting, because that is a unskilled check, so that I'll have a -1 modifier to it.
Yeah, is that a chance die?
No.
Okay.
Just 2. So, no success there.
Alright. Would you like to spend some willpower? 'Cause I
Would
forget
I
that that's a
like
thing
to spend
sometimes.
some willpower? I might as well spend
Yeah, I think that-
willpower.
3 dice, if I recall correctly?
3d10.
Willpower.
Do they explode?
Yes. Willpower's
Nope.
key. Nope. Alright. It is very well put on there, just in case you were able, like, when they do let you move around a little bit. Would you like to move, though? You can still move.
Yeah, most of my power isn't available right now. But my lash is now, so I think with everything happening, Jack is just going to burst like through the door kind of against this agent with a, like, hey, what's happening?
Okay. All right. So that is your turn.
Mm-hmm.
We'll go back to Jordan. What would you like to do?
Well, as far as Jordan is concerned, the fight is still going, and
Mm-hmm.
they don't know what anyone else is doing, but they're still gonna keep going. So I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Yeah.
This
Kick his
ghost.
ass.
Click clash. Should I do modifiers this turn because they're aware of me now?
Yes. So that would be their defense is 4, so that'd be dice modifier -4.
Okay. 2 successes.
Alrighty. So you can do 2 damage to him, which will take out this guy. Because of how beaten down works. Okay. So those 2 guys are down. Would you like to move?
Yeah, kind of very wobbly and stumbling to his feet because still the drugs are still in the system a bit.
Mhm.
Jordan will make his way out of the cell and sort of hide behind this one. If
Yeah.
he can.
Alrighty.
This one. Just take cover there.
Okay. Excellent.
And just see Anna and be like, "Are you with those guys?"
Oh, dear me, no.
Good.
Anna, not only are your dance partners down, but there's a fire behind you.
Between the two of them, who looks more still unaware of their senses?
Still unaware of their senses would be this guy right here.
Okay. Anna, for the moment, would like to point her pyrokinesis and not set him on fire, but set his communicator on fire.
Okay. Go ahead and roll for me a Scar Finesse roll then.
Yeah, do I just press the button? Was I
Yeah,
set up
you should
correct?
just. I believe so.
Hopefully.
Scar Finesse was, Scar Resistant wasn't.
1 success.
Alrighty, that is enough to direct it to, let me read Pyrokinesis real fast. Carapace enhanced speed flight. Pyrokinesis can affect flames. On fire, it's got Power 3 forward influence, can direct fire. You can exert limited over ones that you can control. Yeah, or light a fuse.
Well, the
Alright.
ignite ones, it means I could light a bonfire immediately, but
If you wanted to, but you said that you didn't, so I would
no,
say that,
currently,
easy
just
enough.
melted the plastic on his shoulder.
It begins to burn through his clothing, and he kind of begins to freak out at burning plastic touching his skin.
Too
And,
bad.
yes, it is their turn. One of them is blinded and deafened. Just character's eyes are damaged. Okay. So yeah. Wow, okay. Yeah. So I'm just not going to sit there and do that. This guy switches to a baton. Seeing that Jax came out, it's like kind of turns because this is going to do bashing damage. We will do an attack roll again against Jax. What is your defense, my friend?
My defense is 7.
-7. You guys got a lot of defense.
Look, he's beefy.
He is beefy. 0 successes. He
Don't-
misses.
Don't worry, I have 3.
Excellent, wonderful. I'm glad someone doesn't have high defense.
My job is going to be hiding behind you.
Yes. I think he would hit, but I have iron skin.
This doesn't do anything.
Just flavor-wise, just... I don't think that's going to work, friend.
That bit in Yakuza Kiwami 2 where Kiryu gets the bottle smashed over his head and he doesn't even blink.
His eyes go wide, but it is no longer his turn. Raziel, it is your turn. We'll say that guy who's immolated just kind of gives up. He gets insensate between being feared, blinded, deafened, and on fire.
Yeah, he's had a bad time. He's muted, by the way.
Thank you for reminding me. My chair's been really loud today. Yeah, he'll just kind of gently put fingers on the door and slowly open it as he kind of steps out. Looking at this poor, inflamed, useless man, and like take a couple steps out, look to the left, look to the right, look to the
waves.
it's the confrontation between Guard and Jax, and then look back to the person in front of him who's in this useless kind of state. And we'll like wonder. And like he'll say over to Jax, it's like, do you have that one?
Which one?
The one in front of you.
You can see that energy around him, that electricity starting to build up. And I was like, yeah, I think so.
I'll leave him to you then.
Okay.
And kind of like fold his arms and lean against the frame of the door as he watches the guy in front of him and says, if you survive this, we will continue talking. I like you. You're interesting.
Oh no.
And that will be his turn.
Alrighty. Jax.
Yeah. I'm a lash out.
Alright.
Yeah.
It's a medium burst. Can I just focus it on this guy?
Yes. You could quote unquote empty the clip, but that doesn't have a clip, so
No, but it is power build up, so it...
yeah. Burst. Flash page 198. What does that do? What does medium burst do? Ranged
question.
violence. Yeah. Weapons and armor. Auto fire. Medium burst. +2 bonus to your attack action, and you can attack up to 3 targets.
Okay, just this one.
Yeah, +2 bonus to your attack. Their defense is 4.
So modifier 2?
Or
not?
Yes, I'll say modifier -2.
-2, right, yes. Nope.
No. As your power begins to explode, it's still very hard to control. You don't really get much chance to practice with it in comparison.
This'll continue to go off until I can make a successful scar resistance roll. Wait, no, that's yeah. Because it's volcanic.
All right. Is there anything else you'd like to do before we move on?
I do want to try and hold off this guy to prevent them from going after anyone else.
Okay. I would say that would be a grapple, but you've already used your action to...
That's fair.
use your lash. So we'll go ahead and move forward.
I'll just stand over here.
Okay, we'll move forward to Jordan.
What's the range on my ranged lash?
Directed variations. If I can find out where that is, variation basics, directed variations, 10, 20, or 40 yards. You get penalties from at medium or long range. Or meters.
So that's 10. Okay.
Yeah.
I can move 6. Yeah. Edge past here and be like, sorry, excuse me. I think that's close enough. I'm gonna beg the spirit to attack this guy.
Alright, go for it.
That's 4. Oh.
Not this time.
I imagine any if I miss this other spirit just not listening.
Yeah, he's just kind of not interacting at this particular moment in time.
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
Without actually burning them to death, throwing is athletics plus dexterity, right? For throwing
Yes.
stuff.
Yes.
Okay, what I'm thinking is Anna will run over here, steal the baton from this completely out of it guy, and huck it at that guy.
Okay. There is improvised weapons in regards to this.
Oh.
Improvised. So that would be... Nope, not for throwing. I will say it is not designed to be thrown. So I will say that it is additional dice penalty on that one. So that'd be -5 on your athletics.
Oh gosh.
To try to hit this guy.
Oh, still 0.
Dang.
Wait. Did that roll correct?
Should have...
Rolling -5 plus 0. Oh,
yeah, you rolled 3 dice. Yep.
The way this calculates confuses me a bit.
Yeah.
That is very fair. The baton clatters uselessly to its side. How fast can this guy run? His speed is 12. He clutches his shoulder, seeing that there's 4 individuals here that are out, and he's clearly out of his depth, even if he's got the weapons. He's going to run towards the closest door.
Is there something I can do in return?
Reflexive actions. Come on. Oh. Foxit closed on me. That's rude.
Oh.
No.
Reflexive. Contested rolls. Cover. Free flow. Oh, that's neat. It doesn't say in regards to it. I cannot find one unless you have like a... unless you have a merit or something that would give that to you. It does not look like...
Fleet of foot?
Fleet of foot makes you run faster, right?
Makes me run faster, yeah.
Okay, that's not quite that one.
Worth a shot.
Okay. So what I will do then is I'm going to leave the initiative up as he kind of begins to run to see what people would want to do as he goes further into whatever's behind that door. I'm just going to remove him. From there, he moved 6. So yeah, wherever he goes, he'll have... I'll say 4 because he had to open the door. Okay. But I will say that for sake of ease, since there's no one there, you guys are currently out of initiative as he kind of runs.
As soon as that one bolts, Jordan will just walk back over to these guys and take their cards and stun guns off them.
Yep, they have the key cards, the batons, the stun guns, and the communicators.
Take all that stuff.
Raziel will take the communicator off this guy if it's still in good condition. And if he can clearly see a key card, he will take that too.
The key card and the communicator aren't that great because it was kind of part of the fire.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's
all right.
Little melty.
Yeah.
So Raziel will kind of examine it. It is melty and broken, but like consider it like he'll think, oh, how quaint, and just toss it to one side. And
we'll look at Raziel and say, "Oh, I think this is the first time we've actually met. My name's Anna."
Oh, hi.
Hi, Anna. I'm Jax.
Pleasure to meet you. You may know me as Raziel, at least for the moment. I don't know how much control I have here for now, but you kind of like look over to the Is Anna currently on fire in addition to like having like a distinctive red skin and everything like that?
She is not directly on fire, but her hair kind of glows and flickers as if it's made out of solidified fire.
Oh, okay. I'm kind of like squint, and then look down at the. I don't know how alive this guy is. If he's just panicked, or if he is on the brink of death.
He's on the brink of death. He's been on fire for a little bit, and he was insensate.
Yeah.
He's just kind of cowering because of everything that happened in such a short period of time.
Are you able to put this one out for me? I might have a couple of questions before I lose total control.
So I can't put fire out, but I can move it off him.
Do it.
I will move the fire over into this corner.
Okay. There's a fire in that corner. Pyrokinesis is still up.
Thank you.
While that's going on, Jordan is walking this way and just says to everyone, "You shouldn't stay here too long. There'll be more coming."
Yeah.
Of
Wait.
course.
Oh, we're escaping.
Head towards the door.
Right.
Well, I am. I don't know about you.
I'm happy to join. I've been here for way too long. Also, can someone help me with this?
I'm gonna stand at this door and like look through it to see if anyone's coming.
Jax basically asks, like, can someone help me with this thing as he points to the contraption around his mouth.
Does it require any difficulty to remove or just fiddling?
You guys have some time now, so it doesn't require difficulty to remove it, especially since someone can get behind you and undo straps and stuff along those lines.
And I'll just unstrap it.
Nice. Takes off this face guard as he smiles, and you can see kind of the odd teeth that he has. And then he just starts to eat the face guard.
While you're eating the face guard, could you make a scar resistance roll for me?
Scar resistance roll because of Lash?
Yeah. That was activated.
Yeah. That's the power build-up roll, right?
That is correct.
Okay, let's see. 1 success.
All right. It says until you succeed on a scar resistance roll, so you have succeeded.
I have succeeded. Yay! So, you don't get zapped. As I finish my my first meal of the hour. Okay, that's good. Oh, that's good. Could be tastier, but anyway, you gotta eat what you've got, right?
And I'll just tilt her head, we'll pick up one of the batons and offer it to you.
Nom 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 nom.
But yes, Raziel, you have. Go ahead and make a wits and composure check for me, real quick, Jordan, and then we will deal with the questions.
Wits and composure. I am hypervigilant.
You are hypervigilant. Does.
That gives me a +8.
Holy crap.
Not +8, 8 again. Sorry.
8 again, okay.
I
Plus 8's a
my brain
lot.
just went 8. Yeah, that's probably a plus, right? 2 successes.
You don't hear anyone immediately on the other side of the door. You do hear footsteps kind of trailing off from there.
It's not an exceptional success, so I don't get a condition.
No.
Not
Okay.
too bad.
Raziel, you have an insensate person covered in third-degree burns that is probably no longer blind or deaf.
Hello, friend. Now, I'm sorry that this unfortunate situation has put you in my path, but I do have at least a couple of questions. First, how do we get out of here? And second, where is this GL?
Go ahead and roll for me. I'm gonna say presence intimidation. And if I pick a set that you don't necessarily, I am willing to hear bargaining for other sets if that is something that you want to do.
That's fine.
So,
I mean, like this is very much presence intimidation.
Yeah.
Any bonuses for the fact that we kicked his ass?
2 successes. Yeah. There should be. You have kicked his ass and he's already afraid.
Hmm.
I just want to see tilts. Insensate. Okay. Nope, he is just feared at the moment. With 2 successes, he goes, I don't know where GL is. There's a lot of people who might have those initials, but there's any kind of points over to the door to the north. That way gets you guys out to a helipad, and he points over to the door to the south. That one kind of leads out to some doors into the forest.
That's very helpful. We thank you for your service. If you want my advice for the next... He kind of like squints, looks up and down the poor fellow's body and says, half an hour while you wait for the inevitable. Maybe focus on the times when you really should have been speaking to Peter. And I'll kind of like gently pat him on the shoulder of whatever clothes is protecting him, and then we'll stand up and turn to the others and say, I'm done, let's go.
Okay.
Which way?
I was thinking
the
away
north,
from
I don't know,
the
but I
crab
don't,
one.
just say, I don't know about you guys, but I can't fly a helicopter.
I
Then we'll go to the south.
can't either. Okay.
Which way south?
Where I
That
am.
way. He points over to where Jordan is.
Okay. Anna will pick up a baton is still probably the most easily flingable thing around, so she'll grab that.
Yeah, alright. Okay.
Better dice roll than trying to use a taser.
After a few moments of consideration, Jordan offers the stun guns to the other people. Like, I just say, oh, one of these.
They run on firearms.
Jordan's keeping one, but is offering the other one.
Razia will take the other one. And says, Peter will probably need to use this.
Okay. Not that button. I will figure this out. Move party ribbon here. There we go. Onwards to the other map. So you guys will be coming out of the north door if you guys want to put your tokens in there so you can control them. one guy. 1, 2. Oh, I changed the thing in it. Move the turn. Oh, there it goes. Yay, turn order.
Do we need to
Okay.
reroll or?
I think
No.
you do if you're on a new map.
I still have it up here. Do you guys just...
It's on for
Yeah, it
us.
disappears for players whenever we change maps and stuff.
Yeah.
How display?
You can right-click our tokens and say add to turn tracker, and then just add the number in.
Okay.
If it still works as I remember.
Oh, we can just roll new initiatives. Up to you.
Yeah, just roll new initiatives. That'll be easier. So we'll clear the list. Add
It will be quicker.
that. Yeah.
Ooh,
And you
17.
guys rolled better.
I didn't roll too that well.
This one, and that one. Okay. Alrighty. Clear. Sort. Okay. So, I will say that you guys hear a barrage of, or a set of 3 footsteps coming from the southwest from that corridor. Anna, 'tis your turn.
18 speed, is that 18 meters?
Yes.
Okay, guess Anna will just casually run to that corner there.
Casually?
Yep.
I have fleet of foot and that's not even my speed.
Fast as
Well-
fuck, boy.
You know, fire spreads fast.
Apparently.
You know, kind of, I think from this side she can see pretty much all of them in their comings. Given they're gonna probably fire at her first, I think she will dodge again.
Hey, so I believe it says that makes you roll double your defense.
I don't
When
quite
that gets to
understand
that
how that
point.
works, because if I'm rolling for it, that's a lot worse than just having 7.
Yeah, that's strange.
Maybe you roll to add to it. Like you have your base 7 and then roll 7 dice and add what you roll to it. Maybe that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, it says if they choose to dodge, they roll 2 times their defense as a dice pool against each attack that targets them until their next turn. Subtract defense from any.
I think you definitely get less than 7 on. Well, you get less than half your thing as results. So.
Ah, interesting. Okay. Yeah, I don't have a lot of the combat rules memorized, unlike Scion, so. But you would take the time to dodge. Alrighty.
Yeah.
Jordan.
Move
You will probably
closer.
also just gesture back to the others, that 3 guys, in case they haven't understood from the sound of running.
My speed is significantly less than yours. I have 9 speed actually, so I can get there. What I'm gonna do is to help Anna's defensive stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to ask the spirit to make several illusion versions of Anna around her, also dancing and on fire looking.
Interesting. Okay.
Using my holographic projection power.
Yeah. Believe that one is directed as well.
Directed, tiered, toggled, and aura.
Okay.
So I can make an area of images.
Yeah. So go ahead and roll that Scar Finesse roll.
So I roll the scarred side too?
No, you will roll the variation dice.
Okay.
Is it just 1 for you on that one?
5 successes.
That is an exceptional success. You may heal a medium instability, or a minor instability.
Nice.
But
You meant to
yes,
have those to start, and mine fell off the sheet.
you should have 3, but
I got
you
two.
have
Circles?
acclamation. That's not the circles. That's the boxes.
Versus with lines in them.
Yeah.
So I meant to look like that, maybe?
Let me take a look. But you do succeed quite well at creating these illusions. Nah, it's from left to right, not right to left.
Is there less because of the acclimatation, you said?
It will affect you less because of the acclamation.
Oh, okay.
So just 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Yeah.
Alrighty. But yeah. So these are very convincing illusions. Jax.
It's probably unfortunate for Anna because her scar is hallucination, so she's like, oh no,
Yeah.
not again.
Jordan doesn't know that.
Whoops. I was looking up, and I'm not certain if I couldn't define it, but is there a dash ability or a mechanic in this game that I
is.
can use that as my action?
There's charge. You forego your defense, move twice your speed, and make an unarmed or melee attack.
Oh.
You do have to not have defense.
That is fair.
There's definitely a lot to get over to them and
Yeah,
nom
'cause-
somebody.
I believe I can move. Hold on. Move up to here, and then I can move. I can get there, definitely, because that's less than half my speed. Less than double my speed. So I move over here and rush over here to attack. Is that a brawl?
Or a melee attack, which I believe your inhuman digestion would be a melee attack.
Hmm.
You're gonna bite him.
If you want to bite him, you don't have to.
Biting counts
But it
as an
would
unarmed
be-
attack action.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be a brawl otherwise.
Yeah. Let's go bite.
It's
Okay.
brawl, and if you're using a weapon, it's weaponry. In melee.
Yes.
Yes.
1 success.
Hell yeah.
Okay. So that is the Scar Finesse to direct it. They still have defense, which would have been 4.
So I need to reroll?
Yeah, we'll just have you reroll in this
Okay.
particular case.
No.
But you do try to take a bite, and he kind of hops back, kind of freaking out a little bit.
Now I'm in melee, and that is good. I need to be there. I have just eaten, and rapid healing is on.
Yeah. Peter. Or Raziel. Whoever's in control at this
Raziel.
moment.
Let's have Raziel will move up his full speed of 8.
Alright.
I think he's probably just fiddling with the taser at the moment. It's the moment in time. How I know that there's with the scar of alternate persona. There's there's like a set time limit. How long do you think he should be as Raziel before Peter takes control back?
They share control. It's roughly equally type of thing. So you can switch back and forth as often as you'd like.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then I think as folks rush off and stuff, and kind of things temper down a bit, Raziel will begin walking, following Jordan, and then as he slowly gets there, his pace slows, and then eventually the bad posture returns, and he looks down at the taser, and the pseudo sadistic confidence melts away into regret and sadness, and Peter just says, "Oh, oh no, oh okay, um, all right, like very like hold the taser in both hands, but well, he'll essentially try and keep as close to Jordan as possible by virtue of the fact that now that he's back in control, he's the nearest friendly face.
Hey.
Yeah.
Alright. So, is there anything else you wanted to do on your turn?
No, I think that'll be it for now.
Okay. So these guys are all going to come over towards Jax. I'll just do that. Pull out their batons. There's that. Jax has no defense right now. Attack roll. 2 modifiers, because they're ganging up on him. Only 2 damage. On ya. So that'd be 2 bashing damage there. Jax. As they kind of gang up and begin hitting on you. And
Right, 2 bashing damage, you said?
Yes.
Now I
you
need to
have
know what
something in
Iron
relation to that.
Skin... Yeah, I need to know what Iron Skin does again. Iron Skin 4 specifically. Downgrade 2 damage at 4 dots.
Okay, well, downgrading bashing would
Oh wait, no,
make it
this
nothing.
is downgrading lethal damage from successful attack into bashing.
Yeah, this is bashing damage. So
Yeah, so armor against bashing attacks 1 for 2 and 2 for 4. So I don't take damage in that case.
you do not if you have armor against it.
Oh, and I can spend willpower to downgrade lethal into bashing.
There you go. I knew it was spend
That's the
willpower
thing.
for something.
Yep, there it is. So, like, what are they doing? Are they just throwing punches?
Batons.
Batons, and like,
But their weaponry's better than their brawl. So
as they're bashing with these batons, like, the funny thing is, I used to be the quarterback. Now I run defense. As I wait for whoever comes next to throw an attack.
Anna, would you like to throw an attack?
I would love to throw a baton at one of these guys.
Go for it. Throw a
Hopefully it's better this
baton.
time. So, dexterity, athletics, -5, you said?
Yes.
I'm gonna say this guy on the left. Just move there so I've actually got a reasonable clear line of sight. 0 succeed. 3 dice. Hard to win on.
Yeah. The baton flies through the air, landing harmlessly upon the floor, unfortunately.
Given that Jack seems to be happy being wailed on, I'll get out of the line of fire.
Okay. Bunch of dancing on us still.
Whales are lovely creatures.
I'm just gonna stop for a moment staring at them going,
Jordan.
John's gonna look over their shoulder at Peter and say, "Oh no, what?" as it keeps going. Gonna have the illusions move down into the fray to like continue distracting.
Hey. Draw.
Just keeping the
rectangle.
guys.
Yeah, I can make. Yeah, I was about to say we can make some more of your tokens. There we go. Perfect.
Have them mingle and distract.
Okay. Directed variations. Do you have to roll again on that too? do anything. Don't
Don't
think so.
think it's just going until I turn it off because it's toggled.
Yes, I believe so. Directive variation. Yeah, no.
If I-
So yeah, you are good on that one
if I
because it is
can
toggled.
do stuff, I will also
Yeah,
lash the guy on the left because fuck it.
go for it. Lash him.
Any bonus from him being distracted by the illusions?
Yes. Between Jax and the illusions, I will give you 2 dice. So it'll be -2. Yes.
One success.
Alrighty. So that does 1 damage. Not quite enough to take him to
I believe it
beat
also
this
gets
guy down.
knocked back.
Okay, absolutely.
It has a bashing. A forceful, sorry.
Yeah, forceful.
Knocked down, sorry. He's knocked over.
Okay. Oop. He is knocked over. Prone. There we go. Alrighty. Jax. Or is that everything that you'd like to do? You knew you moved.
Yep.
Okay, excellent. Jax.
I think Jax is going to attempt another lash on all 3 of them.
Yeah, go for it.
You said they had defense 4?
They do have defense 4. Since you're doing a medium burst, you have +2 to your roll.
So it is -2.
Yes.
Let's hope it works. 5 successes!
Hell yeah.
Excellent. So that would be
My goodness.
1. So there is... No, I don't want to use the safety deck.
Maybe not.
Nah, I'm fine. Safety decks are good to have. I just...
Oh yeah, absolutely. If necessary, use them.
Yeah. That is an exceptional success because it's over their defense. I believe it still works. So you may go ahead and heal a medium instability because it's using one of your
Thank you.
variations. Yeah. And that guy is also knocked down, or knocked out because of the amount of damage that is on there. What type of lash is yours again, out of curiosity?
Mine is piercing.
Mm-hmm.
Quick piercing, obscuring.
Okay, obscuring. So they would be blinded anyway. For the sake of this, we'll just go ahead and close the turn order.
Very bright.
All turns clear, because we'll have to go back to another thing when we move to the maps. Alright, but these 3 people are gone. Or are down.
Yeah, as
Out of the
I'm
way.
like discharging, you probably hear the voice of Ian McDermott say "unlimited power," because it's like
Damn, when did he get here?
he's just wherever Jax is.
Alrighty.
If they're all down, I will turn the illusions off.
Okay. Drag. Oh no, I don't want to delete
I
Jax.
believe I need to roll power build-up
Same.
or something.
Yes. So go ahead and roll scar resistance rolls. You guys have 2. Okay.
Yay!
So I click the scar thing and just do it?
Yep.
Okay.
Should burn.
1.
Nice.
So you guys are able to pull it back in. Alrighty.
And I'll look to Peter and say, "Are you okay, Raziel?"
Right. Sorry. It's not him at the moment. It's Peter. Hi.
She stops, thinks about, her own red skin, the guy who just ate a baton and a mask, and shrugs. And, okay, hello, Peter.
Do we have someone else there?
Raziel's Peter right now.
Who's Raziel?
Good to know you're paying attention.
Sorry.
Jordan, continuing to not say his name, is just going to keep going.
Yeah.
Search these guys for stuff.
I want to rifle through their
same
pockets
equipment.
for snacks.
They have
I mean-
plenty of equipment. You can eat anything if you'd like.
Yeah, but I prefer chocolate.
No, they don't have any chocolate
Or
on them.
something like a citrusy candy. But yeah, I will probably consume their batons.
John just hands you anything that won't be useful.
Thanks. Om nom nom. And you just see how these solid objects get mashed down by his jaws.
There's a moment where Jordan just watches in fascination, like, huh.
Yeah, sorry, it's part of my part of my recovery.
No, it's pretty cool actually. Anyway, we should get going.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, go. South it is, I suppose.
I think that's yeah. So as you guys continue moving south, you do reach a cafeteria. So there will be plenty of snacks here.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god, finally. The
But
snack
there's-
room.
So if you guys would like to put your things there and then roll initiative for me.
You know, we're no longer in the compound. We're in the snack zone.
Although, when we come in here, I would note there isn't any door out, so we don't really have much interest being in here.
There is supposed to be a door out. I screwed that up.
Okay. That's fine.
That's fine.
There's the sheet.
Where's the door out?
The door out would be on the opposite end. Actually, there's a few doors out that just kind of go to the south. It's kind of a multi-thing aspect to it. You guys can see the outdoors from here, but you just have to get through all of these guys.
We come in here, these guys, are they still eating? Have they noticed us?
They have been alerted to the fact that you guys are escaping. They have been prepared. Sort. Excellent. That is exactly what I would like to do. Peter, there's a bunch of guys with a bunch of weapons pointed towards you.
Peter is going to use all of his movement to scramble to the table and duck under it if he can do that.
Yeah, you can take cover. I
Yeah.
believe that is an action.
Yes.
Cover. Oops.
Taking cover, yeah,
Yeah.
is an action.
Subtract durability from damage. I didn't choose how. Barely covered, partially covered. You're substantially covered, I would say, underneath the table. So that would be minus 3 dice in addition to other things on there. Okay, Jax.
Right. Seeing that there's a lot of folks here.
You should have at least. Oh wait, you didn't take any damage. Never mind.
No, I didn't take any damage.
Yeah.
Um,
4.
It's okay. I think seeing that this is the cafeteria is like, oh yeah, food, but also sees a lot of other folks as like, oh no. I think he's going to try and get over here-ish. That should
Okay.
be decent. Yeah, that's definitely possible. And he's like shouting, "Hey, where's the exit?" And anyone that comes after him will receive a lightning to the face.
Excellent.
Do I roll for that immediately, or do you decide who comes after him?
I know who's going to go after him, but it's not their turn yet.
Hmm.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to do? Because you did just move.
Nope. Ready myself for a lash, I think.
Okay. Anna.
Am I able to do the ignite and pyrotechnics in one turn? For pyrokinesis?
I would say that this is a long scene, so you still have, so you can direct, so it should still be active. Can you ignite and pyrotechnics? And one thing, I think.
Well, I don't have to activate my pyrokinesis. It's just always on. I think.
Yeah. You do have to direct it.
Hmm.
Which
What
is
I
a
want to
scarf and a
do
scroll.
is to use the pyrotechnics to put a fire, say, about here, and then fill it up with smoke to be basically a blinding cloud for these guys.
Yeah, I'll allow you to do that in regards to it. Yeah, you don't want to do Inferno. Right.
Can't do Inferno yet. Unless I
Yeah.
upgrade it, but...
Okay. But yeah, I will allow you to create an aspect of smoke. What's your scar power? Because I think it's
4.
scar power. So yeah, so that would be draw rectangle.
That's like one space over.
Yeah. So these
Not sure how
guys
big a
just
bonfire is
can't
meant
see
to
it.
be.
Bonfires can get huge. I used to make them huge.
That's the thing, like... the definition of torch, bonfire, inferno is a bit difficult for what is the size of the flame.
Oh, there is in types of damage.
Yeah, it gives the amount of damage, I'm not sure it gives the size of the fire.
Deviant does love its nouns.
It do. Action scenes. I will have to take a look at sources of harm, fire, damage modifier, those. Size of fire. Okay. I remember figuring this out once because last time that we played this, we had somebody that also had pyrokinesis, but I don't remember what we figured out because it's been years.
It has been a while.
But regardless, you do have a smoke screen up, at least at this particular moment in time. A rather large smoke screen.
I'm just gonna
And then-
say, since that it's from the fire itself, it spreads out. Let's just say the entirety of like this way is smoke.
Yes.
Probably
so-
irritating all of those guys.
Yes. So they are going to move. Gosh, they have movement of 12. So from where they're at the edge of it. So that means that they would have to use their full movement to get to the other side.
That risks
And they'd still
running
be
through
affected by
said
it.
fire.
Yeah. So they're not that dumb. So they're going to move out towards this way. Let me measure.
They're not that fond of their jobs.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those questions like,
9,
how much do they get paid?
12. Okay.
Mhm.
So they can all move over here. 2, 3, 4, where they can see. They're going to 7, 8, 11, 12. What did I set the stun gun at? 20. Okay, so that is the first thing on there. Taser attack roll. So they are going to attack Jax. So these 5 that are so they're going to move in a more fanned position. And they're going to attack Jax, and they're going to attempt to attack Anna. And you were right. Ranged attacks do not do defense. So that
But they moved.
Oh, they did move.
I don't know if this still has mixed actions like Scion.
It does not. Attack succeeds. Modified by that. That range text interesting, but can't move. Okay. So they did so. Okay, these guys won't move then, because I'm still learning the rules. I'll put these guys back, and they will just attack
also a bit more
Jax.
confusing because it's like similar but different.
Yes, exactly. But they will attack Jax. The other one's moved to get out of the fucking way of the smoke. Attack with the taser. Normal attack. They don't deal with defense. Modifiers. There's 4 extras. Submit. So that is 5 bashing damage.
Ooh.
So you automatically knock 2 of that out because you're iron skin. So
Yep.
that'd be 3 bashing damage.
3 bashing. Okay.
Okay. And then
And
that comes
in
to-
retaliation, I would like to lash at 3 of them.
Yeah, go for it.
+2, right?
Yes.
5 successes.
Okay, 5 successes over their stuff. That is enough to take out. I'm just going to do this to make it easy for me.
Mhm.
1, 2 this time because someone hasn't done damage before you. Okay. Jordan.
Just gonna slide under the table with Peter.
Mhm.
Because it seems safer under there. And I will once again activate holographic projection to send a bunch of, this time, holographic copies of myself and Peter out towards these guys to distract them.
Hey. You guys can populate it with tokens if you'd like. Where would you like to put them roughly?
Mostly around where Jax is to, that's where the
Okay.
fighting's happening.
Got it. Okay. So I'll just, I'll just put 2
I was gonna say,
Jordan.
I'll just do a scribble, that they're around there-ish.
Alright. Excellent. Got a bunch of them. More illusions,
That'll make
Anna.
it easier to keep track of who is who.
More illusions, Anna. Oh no.
Leave her on herself. She can get away with that. At least if she sees
Pete.
herself, she's like, okay, I know that's not real.
Peter.
Good question. I think Peter will try and scooch under the table to this bit. And with the taser, if he has the range for it, we'll try and maybe get this guy.
Yeah. Go for it. I said that was a dexterity firearms would be the roll for a taser.
Okay. Modifiers?
I'm taking a look at it. It's only got an initiative modifier, so it doesn't have a damage modifier or anything like that. So, and we just figured, you moved. You can't do a ranged attack.
Oh.
I think is what we
Then
said on
in that
that.
case, I will take cover again. Like, move to position, then continue taking cover.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is different. Close. All right, Jax, what would you like to do?
I think having the lash active, they'll just the electricity will keep coming and it won't stop coming. To quote venerable poets Smash Mouth.
Okay.
And I would like to target these 3 guys at the table.
Excellent. Go for it.
3 successes.
Alrighty, with 3 successes, that's a total of 8.
Okay.
So that would be 2 more down. 2, 1, 2. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Anna.
I forget what's the range on basic directed.
I believe 20 is what it was. Variation basics. Come on, scroll up. Variation basics, directed. 10, 20, 40. Sorry. So you'll just take a dice penalty if you do it from more than 10 feet away. I think it's a dice penalty of 1.
Well, this I don't think is a ranged attack, so I'll just sort of step forward.
Mm-hmm.
And just as I have over here, I'm going to put another table of so much smoke right here. And the table's also on fire.
Okay. Yeah, because you can make 4 fires, I think.
Probably.
Gosh, that's a lot of fire.
Yay.
Okay.
There's so much smoke here. That fire is probably quite a lot larger than I've drawn, but...
Yeah, it definitely is. But is the main point of it is for smoke, right? Is to fill the
Yeah.
area with smoke. Okay, cool.
completely blind them all. And then I guess she'll sort of move to be he's partially covered by the table.
Yeah. So for the guy up top, I'm going to make a resolve composure roll because he's on his own now. Sheet roll. No modifiers. 1 success. I think realizing that he's cut off from everybody, he's going to move down to the south. Not turn order back on. 11, 12. Okay. So he's going to sprint down to the corner here. Towards one of the doors. Oh, thank you for putting doors on there. That's greatly appreciated. I didn't even notice that.
Mhm.
These guys are... I'm going to roll... Because these guys are also that. I'm going to roll Composure Resolve. Actually... Yes. To see... how smart they are. No modifiers. 0 successes. So these guys, thinking that numbers are in their advantage, will continue moving to the right. We'll just move them there, but they can't take any ranged attacks. Page 189. Simple and instant. Simple means there's no effect from direct text or instant. So ranged, yeah, that probably makes more sense in regards to it. Jordan.
I can fire an attack with a penalty, I think, at that range.
Yeah, pretty certain it's a 1 dice penalty.
Did I get my bonus for the distractions?
Yeah, there's a lot of distractions going on. You may have 2 dice. And it's a ranged
Yay.
attack, so it doesn't apply defense.
Cool. 4 successes on this guy.
Very nice.
Okay, 4 successes. Let me trade that off. Do that. Take 1 and 2 of them out because they are acting as a unit. Alright. Peter. You are in range. Can't hit them from where you're at.
Okay. I will. In that case, Peter will attempt to try and hit one of them with a with his taser. Is there a dice modifier here?
I'll give you the same 2 dice modifier.
Okay.
So, yeah.
3 successes.
Takes
Next
out another
down the
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Just boop. All right. Jax.
More lightning!
Okay, so to get those guys, you'll be taking a. You can target both of them, but you'll only be getting a +1 because they are just out of 10 feet or 10
Look
yards.
what I can do.
Yes, but we suss that you can't use a ranged attack if you move closer.
Ah.
So from where you were at,
just
you can attack them with a melee attack, though.
No, let's go for this.
Okay, go for it.
I feel good about the modifiers. Ow.
1 success because the last one was an odd number. I'll just go ahead and do that. Okay, so we'll put that there. Anna, is there anything else that you'd like to do?
What's my speed?
Ungodly.
Gonna go over to here. See those 2 remaining. Probably move to take cover under this one.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I don't think we want them fleeing and causing yet more cries of alarm. Oh, but it's probably spread through the entire facility by now, actually, thinking on it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't actually have great intimidation, but she will look at the 2 remaining and will say in a soft voice, "Run or burn."
Yeah, go ahead and roll for me presence manipulation, or not presence manipulation, presence intimidation. Please and thank you.
No. Any bonuses because everything's on fire?
I'll let you re-roll it with a 2 modifier bonus. Why not?
Okay.
Oh. Oh.
Still.
Ah.
I think her so far lack of actually setting it on fire has made this very unintimidating.
Yeah, but this guy's smart enough, he's going to book it out. He's going to hit the bricks. This guy, I'm going to roll for him real quick because he is outnumbered. Is he smart? Change roll, submit. He is indeed quite smart. He is also going to hit the bricks.
Damn it, some of you be
Usually bricks
dumbasses
won't
already.
fall.
They are, but you do have fires going on here, and for the sake of things, we are out of initiative again. Is there anything that you guys wanted to do as the fire begins to spread and this room begins
No,
filling
we'll
with
just
more
kind of
smoke?
move the fire all into a pile over here and use pyrotechnics to at least dim it down.
Okay.
Get rid of illusions again. Roll. Build up.
You as well, Jax.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, if Jack should just start firing lightning at the wall. Let's go. Ah! A 0.
Would you like to make it a dramatic failure?
What do other people think?
Drama?
We love drama.
We love drama, let's go for it.
Okay, so you'd like to make it a dramatic failure. So, they're within 10 feet, they're 10 yards, they're within 10 yards, they're within 10 yards.
I was peer
Excellent!
pressured! Ah!
/R space 1d6. Anna is 1 and 2, Peter is 3 and 4, Jordan is 5 and 6.
Oh boy.
6.
Oh
no.
boy, this is going to trigger something.
Oh no.
I was
peer
ladies
pressure.
and gentlemen, is what we call cascade failure.
Yes.
Yep. Because something is threatening Jordan.
Yes. So, Jax, would you kindly roll a lash for me?
Okay. With the +2.
No, you didn't have to do the You don't have to do a +2 because you don't have to do it as a medium burst.
Oh, okay, okay.
If you didn't have the +2, you wouldn't have gotten any successes.
If I didn't have the +2, I wouldn't have gotten the 2 successes.
You're right at the end.
Well,
So you were able.
Right at the end.
So yeah, we'll go ahead and count that. Actually, because one of them was a 10. Yeah, you definitely wouldn't have gotten any your successes.
Yeah.
So you were able to just pull the lightning out of the way as it begins to approach Jordan.
does this trigger my involuntary?
Yes, I will say that it does trigger your involuntary stimulus.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Nice knowing you.
Muda.
don't worry, it won't kill you. It'll just hurt.
That is also fine. I'm good at things that hurt.
That's 3 successes.
3 successes.
So you can,
As the lightning goes past Jordan, he suddenly flinches and goes, "Wait, no!" But then it's too late. The spirit is already zooming towards him to punch him in the face.
Mhm.
yeah. That is a bruising lash, right?
I believe so.
Lovely.
So you only take 1 point of damage because of your iron skin.
Okay.
You just get hit by something.
I get hit by something. That is curious. Let me actually see what rapid healing does again.
I believe at the end of a round, you heal.
At the end of each scene, all bashing damage is healed. So I was at 3, then at 0.
Not the end of the scene yet.
Oh, it's not the end of the
You
scene.
st-
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
you still haven't gotten your stuff under control.
Right, apologies.
So would you
But
roll
but I
another
did-
one for
I
me,
did
please?
heal previous bruising damage, right?
Was that?
I did heal my previous bruise damage.
I'll allow it.
And also, another thing is triggered because
Oh,
no.
Jordan is paranoid. And you just attacked him.
I did. I will say,
no.
the
Intentionally or not, you did.
The immediate response is like, "Oh shit! I'm sorry. I'm trying, and I want to roll another scar resistance
Please do.
roll. That is again 0. Shit.
Oh shit.
Do. R space 1d6. 2. Anna, would you kindly roll a life for me against Anna?
Just
Okay.
gonna put this in the chat.
Yep. 1 success. Shit.
What type of damage is that?
That is piercing.
No, it would be bruising, cutting, or gentle.
Oh, ooh. Oh, that is...
I think cutting would be closest.
Yeah, I think cutting would be closest.
So
You
that'd be
have armor.
1
I don't know if
point.
it applies.
It does apply because it would downgrade. So yeah, actually, you have 3 ballistics, right? And then
Yes. 1.
1 general. So that would downgrade it to a bruise, I believe, if I recall correctly.
I think I need to make a scar resistance roll.
Yeah.
Would it even affect? Because would the ballistic downgrade it and then the normal would remove it?
Mm-hmm.
I believe you are right on that. So
So I guess the
It just
lightning bolt just
bounces.
hits Anna. She kind of tilts her head to the side and kind of slowly turns to look at you, saying, "What?"
I'm so sorry. This is not... I was worried
If that
about this.
if that had hit Jordan again,
Uh-huh.
Jordan would not be making the scar resistance roll. They would just be running.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's fair.
That's 1 success.
okay. Did you? Okay, no, that's the -2 perception-based rolls. If you fail,
Yes.
okay. Okay, cool. I was just making sure on that. Alrighty. Good to know. So
I'm
you have
gonna,
succeeded.
Be like on high defense, just look at you and say, "Your power acts without your input sometimes."
I can turn it on when I want, but I don't always am able to turn it back off. Next roll.
I would like to make an investigation roll with the
Mhm.
body language specialization to tell if he is lying to me.
Excellent.
Use this table for cover.
Yeah. So go ahead and make your investigation roll with body language.
End of the
Attribute
table.
social or wits?
Wits, I will say, to try to read the body language.
I get a +1 for my specialization.
Yeah. Jax, would you kindly roll for me a
6.
social persuasion? That's an exceptional success. Social persuasion check.
Social persuasion. Okay. Okay. I have expression as a specialty, but I.
Oh yeah, we'll do it expression then. I forget that that's a skill.
That would help you convey that you are telling the truth.
You said social, so presence persuasion or presence
sorry.
expression.
I'll say presence expression. Sorry.
Okay. With a +1 because of my specialty. Because I have a big ol' grin. 2 successes.
Okay, excellent. So, with your investigation, all of your investigation things, Jax, you can tell, especially he's telling the truth. That is a genuine sign of struggle on his face. He's not.
Also,
Also,
is it significant enough of a mistrust to cause a beat?
oh yeah, no, I was going to do group beats at the end of the session.
Okay, good. So
Wonderful.
enjoy that, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I
Yeah,
caused some
anytime-
confusion and distress.
So, for reference, anytime you can tell me that the magnitude 1 effects go on, and you'll just gain beats. That's
Okay.
just generally how that works. So, general
What
mistrust
is-
there, absolutely.
What does adding complication? Is it like a specific thing, or is it sort of
In what context?
the magnitude 1 beats say you may accept a beat to create a complication for this scene?
Oh, it's a narrative complication.
Okay.
John will slowly lower his defense a bit and go, right.
Would you like to take cover, Jordan, while Jax tries to get his stuff under control?
Yeah.
Okay. Peter, while that was going on, is there anything that you're doing other than taking cover?
Peter's gonna make note of the 3 doors to the south as part of a need to get out of here. Noted that the folks who fled through this door, so that must lead further into the facility. Are the other 2 doors obviously labeled? Like, is one just labeled like kitchen or something like that?
The one on the left is labeled, kind of goes behind a, because I did not think this out, which is on me. Kind of goes behind a space where, behind the fire, which is where a lot of the mess would be, for the mess hall, and the center door is a exit door into the forest itself. Jax, I will say that since everyone's taking cover, you do not need to make a scar resistance roll. It just takes a while for you to get your stuff under control.
Okay.
But you are able to get your stuff under control again. Okay.
Could you repeat that sentence?
You are able to get your stuff under control again, because everyone's taking cover, so...
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
There's no one to hit.
There's no one to hit, but there is like a couple of arcs of lightning as Jack's like, hold on, just breathe. Do the breathing exercises.
Okay.
Probably he will say something like, do the breathing exercises that Agatha told you. Okay, and then finally, there's rest.
Is there anything else that you guys would like to do now that things have seemed to calm down for the moment? Doesn't seem that anyone's rushing into the cafeteria. Doesn't seem that there's anything going on. You guys have gotten your powers under control.
Is there any food on these tables?
Yes, there is some half-eaten meals from the individuals who were
I will be
here.
glad to eat something that isn't laced with sedatives.
I will also eagerly consume a half-eaten meal.
Okay.
And I will look for a cup of pudding and offer it to Jax in friendship.
Oh, hey, thank you. you can have this one, and I'll just grab from someone else's tray to kind of like share, exchange gifts.
Thank you.
Of course.
You guys
Do you have
After I
like
sit
a
down eating the pudding.
Do you have like a favorite flavor? Also, I will say you look.
Hot?
Yes. I was
Thanks.
going to say cool, but it didn't really suit your vibe.
Okay. How fast do you guys eat, out of curiosity?
Well, I'm just going to grab stuff and start
quickly?
walking towards the door
Okay.
to look outside.
Mm-hmm. I think there will not be sitting down. There will
Okay.
just be food on the go.
Alright. As you kind of
Any,
take
like,
a look.
cereal bars that are like Anna's going to stuff them in her pockets.
Absolutely. Go ahead and make for me a wits survival check as you take a look out into the forest. Whoever would like to.
Ooh, there's a forest already.
Don't have survival,
Yeah.
but I got wits.
I do have survival, and I've got some wits.
Excellent.
Got one. Okay.
Just
2
roll
successes.
How do I clear it?
2 as well.
Nice.
Excellent.
You've got more wits.
Mm.
3 successes.
We are so survivaling.
Wits is my main stat.
3 successes on
Nice.
3 dice.
Nice. So, as you guys all kind of take a look around over to the, as you're able to get a proper idea of where north, south, east, west are at this particular moment, to the southeast, you see distant, kind of like a distant clearing with some rooftops that I think you guys can tell out from here. But it is quite a trek down over that direction. But you are able to make it out of the compound for now.
Also, as we are heading out, I will kind of try and get Jordan's attention, and then also hand him a cup of pudding. Like, sorry about that. I didn't really want to. I don't really want to hurt folks, especially not accidentally.
There's a few moments of quiet where Jordan seems like kind of have a bit of trouble looking directly at you for a sec, and then he just goes, "It's okay. I have a control problem too. I get it."
It sucks. As Jax just finishes a very big rice and bean burrito.
I also
Anna's gonna, once we've stepped out, set fire it just in front of the door leading this way. Yeah. Make it harder to follow.
Yeah. Alright. As you guys leave the compound all together, going towards probably some, a hamlet of some kind. I believe that is where we will end this session of Deviant the Renegades, the compound.
Yay! We have indeed left the compound.
Yeah, perhaps at some future day we will revisit these characters and see what they are up to and some of the things that they may have found out. But for now, I've been the storyteller Alvarez. With me playing Anna, I've had RoboPirate.
One day I'll work out how big a bonfire is.
Yeah. Playing Peter and Raziel, I've had Articulate T.
Thank you very much for running.
Yeah. Playing Jordan Johansson, I've had Danny Cat.
just already getting trust issues. Hell yeah!
And playing Jax, I've had Cress Nether.
I just want to have and make friends.
And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Anna will be your friend. Don't electrocute her.
I'll be your friend.
My friends are telling me not that they'll be my friend. I'm very glad. And with that, I should start up some music again. Thank you all so much for being here. I am glad that you enjoyed the game. Pudding cup diplomacy is definitely a thing that will continue to happen. And I will try and get consent before zapping. next time. Called Headpad Harry. There is a sound on Harry headpads, which means I can actually turn them on back again. Thank you for the headpads for me. So, with that, we're going to see... oh, I still need to fix the headpads as well. But just because the disembodied hand isn't there doesn't mean that Harry doesn't get the headpads. It's just invisible. Let's see if we can go over to someone to raid. But I do want to say, next time on Hyrule Chronicles, I'm not certain if it's going to be a session 0 or just a straight up session, but I will be running something. And I hope you'll have a lovely time with that. So, I think... Oh, we have ads, unfortunately. Then... we are going to raid Fawnen Games, who is live with Palia. And they use they-them pronouns. Which, especially on this Trans Day of Visibility, should be minded. So, with that, we're going to raid in. I hope you have a lovely time over there. I hope you had a lovely time over here. And I'll see you next time, which will probably be Friday. I have been Cressnether, I am Cressnether, and I will be Cressnether for at least some time. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your day. And... I appreciate all of you. Bye-bye!